What's up? What the heck? All right. Looks better without the ring light. The hell? All right. So, YouTube, what is going on? All right. So, it's Sunday, and I wasn't feeling so hot until I got on live. So, number one, I just realized that when I express myself, it instantly raises my vibrations and it instantly makes me happier. So, I'm glad that I'm here. And I'm glad I kind of made a commitment to myself to do these spiritual Sundays because, like, I have to express myself. It's like I'm my own psychiatrist or something. So, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get closure from a relationship without getting closure. All right. And the only way I'm able to speak on this is because I've experienced a breakup, maybe, I think it's almost 4 months now. And me and my ex were so at odds, like we were both so angry and both still are so angry. And I felt like none of us felt like we were being heard, understood. And, like every time we tried to have a conversation about it to try to get closure, we would just start arguing again. And, both parties would get defensive. And it was just like not good. Like we could not get closure for nothing, And I would try to like be the bigger person, and I would try to say when I was wrong or something like that, or try to admit when I was wrong, but also like in the same breath I would try to be like, but here's where you went wrong. And I would try to get him to admit things, and I would try to get him to take accountability for things. And I realized that doesn't work. Like it wasn't working. And we just ended up splitting apart, not really talking about shit. And I never got closure from that situation. Like, like closure for me could have been or would have been him apologizing to me. Closure for me would have been him taking accountability for everything that, I was mad at, or I thought that he should have changed or something like that. Closure for me would have been him saying, I will always love you forever, or something like that. Even if we both knew that we couldn't be together in the moment or at this time at this point in our lives. Like I just wanted to hear that he still loved me. I just wanted to hear that he knew he was in the wrong. I wanted to hear these things come out his mouth. And I never got that. I never got that from him. I never got no apology. I never got a sorry since day one. I never got nothing. I never got what I thought I needed, to be able to move on. And one thing that I realized is you have to learn how to give yourself closure without getting closure. All right. So the way I did this was, and mind you, it's still an ongoing process. It's still something that I have to work on. Every time I get angry or every time I start thinking about my old relationship or something like that, or I think about what I'm owed that I didn't get from him, like an explanation, an apology, or whatever, I had to take it back to myself, and I had to ask myself, well, what did you do wrong? Forget him. Forget him for the rest of this conversation. What did you do wrong? Right? And I had to take responsibility for everything. Do you know how hard that is? I had to take responsibility for everything. His problems, my problems, I had to take responsibility for every aspect in the relationship that I thought was wrong or negative or whatever. I had to take responsibility. I had to say, you know what? It's my fault. It's my fault. And not saying that his actions are my fault, because obviously I can't control what the hell, these people do. But I had to take responsibility for getting myself in that situation in the first place, because I already knew who I was. I knew I was powerful. I knew I was intelligent. I knew I was giving, loving. I knew these things about me, but it's something about me that desires a guy that I have to heal. I never really went for guys that were already whole within themselves. So number one, I had to take responsibility for getting with a guy, knowing that he was not a man and knowing that he was not whole within himself. I had to go back to day zero. When I met this guy, he was not living right. He wasn't on his path. He was addicted to drugs. He was hanging out with people that served him no good. And I still chose to be around him. I chose to, get emotionally involved with him. I chose to fall in love with him. I chose him. He didn't choose me. He didn't put a gun to my head. I chose him. And I had to take responsibility for the situation that I put myself through. Zakia, if you know you wanted a guy that was smart, if you know you wanted a guy that was an entrepreneur, if you know you wanted a guy that was compassion and showed love through thick and thin, if you know you wanted a guy, that can match you mentally and match you spiritually, why the hell did you put yourself through that situation? Why? Why did you choose him? Why? What type of mind state did you have to be in to choose him out of all people? Why couldn't you just keep it moving? Did you not love yourself fully? Did you not think that you deserved better? Did you not think that you can get better? So I had to really go within myself and ask myself, how did I get in this situation? How? And what were the red flags that I chose to ignore? So I take responsibility for everything I put myself through. I did it to myself. It's not you. It's me. It's not you. It's me. I swear. It's not you. It was me the whole time. I put myself through this. I hurt myself. I hurt myself thinking that I can take someone and heal them. It's my fault. I already knew. I've been going through this cycle throughout my life, especially in my younger days. Like, I would get myself in situationships where I would care for the guy more than he cares about me. I already knew this. I already knew how I was. I knew that I liked a broken guy. I knew that I liked to heal people. I knew this about myself. So why did I choose to get myself in another situation just like that? Why? So one thing I had to do was, instead of like pointing the finger Instead of pointing the finger and instead of saying, well, you did this to me and you hurt me and you broke my heart and you left me and you. No. What is your part in this? Self. What is your part in this? How did you get yourself in this? What were the red flags that happened that God was showing you from day one that you ignored? Go back and think about it. Because if you don't know where you went wrong, you're going to be going through the same cycle for the rest of your life. If you don't know where you went wrong, you will be going through the same cycle for the rest of your life. So I had to take accountability for everything. I had to say, it's my fault. It's my fault. The same things that I tried to change about you is the same things that I accepted you for when I first met you. You can't change people. Why did I think I can do that? Why? If your mama couldn't change you, what the hell would make me think I could change you? So basically, I had to cut my losses. I had to think, you know what? Every time I go through every time I take a L, every time I go through like a financial loss, whether it be an investment that I lost out on or whatever. Mind you, my relationship was one of my most expensive investments. Okay? I got this nigga out of financial problems, legal problems. I paid off tickets. I paid off warrants. I fixed cars. I paid for music videos. I paid for clothes. I paid for so much shit. And I had to cut my losses. I had to say, girl, consider this that college course that you kept on failing. You were supposed to graduate in 4 years. Your dumbass took 12 years to graduate because you could not pass this class. Now, since this is the 12th time I'm taking this course, it cost me the most. And now, bitch, I'm tired of paying. I'm not taking this class again. I'm not. So I had to cut my losses, and I had to say, you know what, Zakia? Whatever love you gave, whatever resources you gave to this relationship to try to grow the relationship, listen, you're the seed. There's more where that came from. Don't think just because, you know, this nigga done ran off with half of you. I mean, not literally, but, you know, speaking hypothetically, just because he ran off with half of you don't mean that you can't replenish that. There's more where that came from, honey. And not only that, it's not even just for someone else, it's for me. It's for me. You know, like ever since I've been living alone, I've been investing all that time and money and effort in me and my own brand. Everything happened for a reason. So how to get closure without actually getting closure the way you want it? I wanted him to get on his knees and say, I'm sorry, baby. I wanted him to apologize to me. I wanted him to take accountability for everything. I wanted him to do it. But because he didn't do it, guess who had to do it? Me. I had to take accountability for everything. Me. Because how was I going to be able to live if I kept on giving the power to someone else, thinking that I'm just getting done wrong by the universe? I'm just getting pushed around by God. And like, no. This is my life. I'm the observer of my life. I have to take responsibility for the shit I put myself through. I knew I was dating a bum. I knew he was a bum when I met him. But I thought that I could pour my love, pour my knowledge, pour my resources in him and make him transform into something that I thought for him. You know, that's my, I mean, that could be a woman thing in general, but that's also something that's actually in my chart. Like my Venus is in Pisces, and Venus is the love planet. And when you have that placement in your chart, that basically makes you the type of person, like Pisces sign are like dreamers, that deals with dreaming, love, delusion, just like imagination. That's what Pisces are. They're just the dreamers. And when you're dreaming about love and what your situation is, you may look at the potential of someone, but not really be paying attention to what that person actually is. Like, forget what I want you to be. Forget how I see us in the future. What is actually going on? And I had to, like, it was like a big reality check. I was looking in the future. I see my last relationship 10 years in the future. I was like, this is how we're gonna be. This is what we're gonna do. Our kids is how we're gonna see each other when you're traveling and I'm on the road and blah. Like, I was literally looking 10 years ahead. This nigga was looking 10 minutes ahead. But that's not a shocker. Nothing is a shocker. Because when I met him, I knew he wasn't spiritual. He didn't know nothing about himself. I mean, he didn't know nothing about spiritual anything. He had no spiritual practices. He didn't study astrology. He didn't know himself. He didn't know nothing about himself. The only thing he knew was how to survive. I knew this. I knew this from day zero, and I still chose to get myself in that situation. Why? And one thing that I know that a lot of people have to do, including myself, is you have to ask yourself, if you have toxic friends, if you have a toxic partner, if you're in a toxic situation in your life, the moment you blame anything external outside of you and the moment you point the finger is the moment you're missing the point. Why the hell are you there? Why are you there? Why? You have to? You have no choice? Oh, you have to be loyal? Everything is a choice. It's your fault. Why are you there? It's your fault. You can't put yourself in a situation and then act like the victim. You got one. Have y'all ever had one of them friends that she just go through all type of bullshit? She done got robbed. She done got this. She put herself in all these situations, and then all she do is walk around saying, y'all don't understand my struggle. Girl, why do you let yourself struggle? I've been through more than most people. Why do you put yourself through more than most people? Why were you there? So, life is you versus you. It's not about pointing the finger. It's not about you owe me an apology. You didn't take responsibility for your actions. You. No. It's not about you. It's about you. It's about freaking you. Everything is you versus you. Everything. Every cause has an effect, and every effect has a cause. You have to sit back sometimes, and you have to think. If I would have made a different decision, if I would have probably changed my mindset, how would that have affected my outcome? So, yeah. even in situations with life, like, um okay, I would name a perfect example. So my old apartment complex owed me money because I paid some prorated rent for an apartment that I didn't end up getting. Long story short, they were procrastinating on giving me my money. So I went to the leasing office with the intent on getting my money, right? But I told myself, just be calm, because these are people too. You don't want to rub nobody the wrong way. And I know how I am. I can go from 0 to 100. So I told myself, that's not going to be me today. So I went to the complex and I was talking to the lady, and she was telling me that they didn't owe me no money. And she was telling me that, oh, actually, you owe us, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? Be calm. I took out my phone and I was like, do you want me to show you proof that y'all told me that you were going to give me a refund? And she was like, yes, I need emails. I need to see something. Like, she was giving off all type of attitude. But I still had a choice, right? So I was like, here. And I showed her the email. And I was like, can you read this? And once I said that, she slammed the door in my face, right? I opened the door and I was like, once I opened the door, I barged myself in the leasing office and she pushed me. And at that moment, I wanted to sock her in the face. But I told myself, no, because I'm going to get arrested. And, I don't want to even take it there, right? Long story short, she called the cops on me. So I said, bitch. And I called the cops on her. Because, the cops only listen to the first person who called them. So we had to call the cops on each other. And it became something so big and large. And I was, when I told my story, obviously I told them what happened. I told them, once I came in the leasing office, she pushed me, which is assault. And I never pushed her, and blah, blah, blah. So long story short, she was in the wrong. But, the real person that was in the wrong was not her. It was me. And the reason why I figured this out, I was searching back in my memories, and I was like, if I never said, can you read this? If I never said that, it would have never escalated. So yes, even though she did push me, guess who was the real one in the wrong? It was me. I ain't told the cops that. But at the same time, telling someone, can you read this? That's not a crime. So yes, I could have won, according to laws of America, but to the laws of myself and to the laws of the universe, I was in the wrong. And because I did that to become this big. I could have been totally calm through the whole situation. I could have let her be the only. I could have, my actions could have changed the entire situation. But I let it get the best of me, and I went into my lower self, and I allowed myself to, act a little bit out of character. I didn't hit her, no, but I didn't have to say that. I could have been like, hello. I could have been like, I'm sorry, can you read this, please? Yes, this is proof. Like, please read this. This is proof. I'm not trying to jug nobody. I'm not trying to get free money. This is the proof. That's all I had to say. I didn't have to say, can you read this? So, yeah, once again, to the state, I was in the right. But to myself, I knew I wasn't in the right. Because at the end of the day, life is about you versus you. All right? So I'm about to get into some comments real quick. And we're going to see. So first, I see my dad comment, which I want to see. All right. Never be with a person that you have to uplift, that you have to lift up. You can't make a person into someone they are not, and it only brings temporary fulfillment. If that ain't true, Samantha, preach, Uncle Ken. No, no, period. If that ain't true, I don't know what is. Um, pursue someone you think, pursue someone you think you can't get or don't deserve. And when you do get that person, you will have to grow. You will have grown to another level. That is facts. That is, whoa. I never thought, I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Wow. So I'm forced to upgrade myself. Wow. Wow, that changed my whole reality just now. So, wow, yeah. Nice. So, I had to give myself um closure. I had to give myself closure. I couldn't point the finger, or I was always going to be a victim. And I was always going to be the one getting the short end of the stick. And no, like, no. Every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. Be the cause. Don't be the effect. Don't be the victim. Be the cause. Think about what you're doing before you do it. Think about what you're getting yourself into before you do it. You know? So after my breakup, and after I accepted everything that I put myself, everything that I lost, you know, I put so much of myself in this person that obviously I'm not getting back. I had to accept that. I had to accept that, and I had to move on, and I had to take this as a learning lesson, and I had to use it to make me stronger. You know, a breakup can never make me weaker. The hell? It can only make me stronger. And the reason why it made me stronger is because I took accountability for my actions, and I did not point the finger, or I stopped pointing the finger at a certain point in time. You know, when I was pointing the finger, that's when I was the most depressed, because I felt like a victim to the universe. I felt like I'm just being done wrong, and, you know, I felt like a victim. Now, I feel like, girl, let's be honest. You did it to yourself. Let's be 100. You did it to yourself. So, hey, you know, yeah. So if you're going through a breakup, if you're going through a hard situation, and you know, you don't have peace of mind and you don't feel grounded because you haven't got the closure that you wanted, you know, stop looking for someone else to give you something. That's the first step. You don't need an apology. You don't need someone to take accountability for their actions. You don't need that. You need to look within yourself and ask yourself, number one, say, I did it to myself. And number two, say, what were the first signs so that I know never to get myself in a situation ever again in life? Because this hurts too bad. This shit hurts. I don't want to go through this no more. All right, you guys. So that was my video for Spiritual Sundays. I'm going to announce the winner of the Fashion Hall Saturday giveaway today or tomorrow. I'm not sure, because I definitely forgot to make the. Oh God. I forgot to make the things to choose from. But damn it! How did I forget that? That was the whole point of the video. But anyways, yes, I'm going to announce the winner of the clothing giveaway either today or tomorrow. So stay tuned. And once again, if you guys want to participate in getting free stuff from my Fashion Hall Saturday videos, then you have to tune in and you have to watch the entire video so you can get the instructions to get the keyword and comment the keyword under the video so you can be in the running. And why you have to kind of be on time is because I only screenshot the first 10 people. All right. So if you're like the 50th person to comment the keyword, I'm sorry, you're too late. You're too late. You got to turn on your notifications. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. And once again, you don't need closure from him. You don't need closure from her. You need closure from yourself. All right. And you need to take responsibility for what the hell you done put yourself through. You're not a victim. You are the observer of your reality. You are the observer. You are the soul in this vehicle. So yes, you have a choice. All right? Be the cause. Don't be the effect. Be the cause. Don't be the victim. All right? Think about what you do before you do it. All right? All right, I'll see y'all later. Yeah.